Alrighty, let's do it again. And welcome everybody to Index 45, Guy Party Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Al Broody, and you can introduce yourself
Matt.
This week.
I feel like you always make it lead up, like you're gonna say my name and then you don't.
I don't. Well, you didn't say your name. Matt Brooker, Matty Brook Daddy. Other co-host here. Welcome to Guy Party Podcast, everybody. This is not technically, but technically, we've been doing this for 1 year now. Technically, it's been March 3rd, but this is the first podcast we're recording since then. So, happy 1 year anniversary, motherfucker.
Wait,
what? Was last week March 3rd? Don't tell me.
I think last week. Well, right now it's March 10th.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sunday was March 3rd.
Okay, well, anyway. This is our official 1 year kind of remembrance, because I didn't know what happened. So this is the 1 year right now.
Wait, was March 3rd when it was first put out or when we first recorded?
I think it was when we first, what was it? Probably when we first published our first podcast. No, it was when the first podcast went up because it was on my Facebook. That was the memory.
Ah.
So, Facebook, thank you for keeping track of everything we fucking do and telling me when things happened.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
It's a little weird, but okay.
It's completely weird that it fucking 4 years ago you were camping and someone said, did you just fart in your sleeping bag? Yes. Mark Zuckerberg. Someone said that to me and posted it on my wall. Yes. Thank you for letting me remember that. Weird. Yeah. I don't really appreciate that too much. But anyway.
No?
Everybody knows it. They're following us. They're tracking us. They're probably recording ourselves right now doing this podcast.
Do you think there's someone recording them, recording us, recording them?
It goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
It goes deeper than that.
You know what I was trying to get at.
Much deeper. Very deep, man. So, anyway. Yeah. Let's break down our weeks. What have you done since last week? Notable. Memorable. Fun. Enjoyable.
Played video games.
Devastating. That's a surprise.
Actually, just earlier today, I got 2 more achievements in Resident Evil 7. So the base game of Resident Evil 7, I'm done with it. It's all DLC stuff I've left to do.
Hell yeah.
So, like, I'm going to try and knock that all out within the next couple weeks. So that way I can just, like, get off my hard drive, not have to deal with that memory anymore.
That's a lot of fucking space.
I think it's like 30 or 40 gigs, yeah. So I'm gonna try and get that off.
Too many gigs, man.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. Well, please do, and then get something else.
What else have I done? I saw Captain Marvel on Friday when it came out, which we are gonna talk about later. Spoiler-free review real quick. I thought it was good. I thought the jokes were good. I liked the pacing of the movie. And it definitely got me hyped for Endgame.
Of course. How could it not? Solid origin story.
Yes.
All needs to be said. However, we will go into a very, very deep spoiler cast later in this one, but we'll warn you.
And that will be the last thing of the podcast. So once we delve into that, that will be the end after that. So you don't have to worry about missing stuff if you don't want to. Don't point your finger up in the sky.
Well, I thought we were going to bring back the Reddit on Reddit segment.
I thought we were going to do that before.
Okay, we'll do it before then.
Yeah, we'll do it before.
Sounds good. Okay, cool.
So that way, if they haven't seen Captain Marvel yet, and they, they got a week or two or something like that, they don't have to try and find where we're not talking about it.
It's true. Once it starts, that'll be it. That'll be okay. I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
good stuff. So besides Resident Evil 7, pop at some more trophies or achievements, whatever you fucking guys have on PC.
Achievements.
Do anything else memorable? Exciting?
I started up Witcher 2 again.
Boom! I saw that. You started streaming that, right?
Yeah, I think I've done like 5 or 6 hours right now. And I'm like still in a part of the game where I know I've played through and like I kind of know what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know how close I was to the end of the game when I originally did it, and I'm hoping I'm not that close to being to the end of the game where I was before, because I've done it before where I've stopped really close to the end. But I know I'm still like a solid 7 or 8 hours away from where I was.
Gotcha. That's what I wanted to do with Red Dead 1.
I'm
get,
I'm
that
taking my
lull.
time. Like I have all these like side things of like kill these, kill those, kill this, and I was like trying to figure out how to do it. And I think I'm only playing on normal, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
Like I think I've been dying a lot. I've been dying a
Yeah.
lot. So,
Getting shit pushed.
kinda, yeah,
Yeah. Damn.
kinda.
So yeah, my Witcher. I was gonna start The Witcher tonight and play it through till Wednesday, but I just want to get more trophies and
Yeah.
pre-sequel. So
Um.
that's all I've been doing.
Yeah,
Game-wise.
I think that's pretty much all I've done. I've been reading some comics, so I actually read
What'd you
a
get?
lot of comics over the past week. I feel like because I've read a Titans comic. I think I was reading Green Lanterns, maybe in the process, and I got 2 Superman comics that I'm like going through, and
Boom.
I'm trying to finish off this last one I have right now because I want to start like playing through The Witcher. I want to start reading the books again, and like I've read the first book, so it's like now I want to like go the first book in quotes because it's like introduction to The Witcher or something. Now
Yeah.
then it's like
Prologue.
book 1, which I think the first
Yeah.
book came out after like the first couple. So
Yeah.
I got the
One of
second first
sequences.
book, first official book, I guess. That
Yeah.
I wanted to delve into, but I also like I started a couple pages of it a couple months ago,
Mhm.
and then like last night or 2 nights ago, I was like read a couple pages. I'm like, when's the next chapter? And I was like scrolling through the book to find where
I do
chapter
that
2
all the
starts.
time.
Chapter 2 starts on like page 50.
Damn.
Yeah, so
Ugh.
yeah, it's gonna be one of those things where I think I'm gonna try and start sitting down again an hour each night at the end of the night and just like read a chapter, read for an hour.
An hour is a solid chunk of time to dedicate every night to reading. I mean,
Yeah.
a half hour I think is pretty good, but
I mean, like I can sit there and just read through comics all day.
yeah, that's true. But like a book, that's
But, yeah.
if it's a dry read, kind of like I'll be asleep
Yeah.
within 15 minutes. But if it's something I really want to listen or read, I can put a solid hour into it before I realize, oh
Yeah.
shit, an hour just blew by and I have no fucking idea
Yep.
what just happened. So
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. But I think that's pretty much been my week.
good, solid beat,
far as I know.
solid, good stuff, good stuff.
What about you,
Um,
Albert?
Blah, blah, blah. Me, I just played some games, watched some more. I'm almost done with Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
And my prediction was question mark because I don't want to ruin it for you.
About
I
Vanya?
just want, I just want to go ahead and pat myself on the back.
I know she has powers.
Okay,
Spoiler
yeah, but
alert.
she is fucking powerful
yeah.
as fuck. So I was right. That's my D. But it shit just got real last night in the last episode. So
Were they in the cabin?
yeah.
And
Wait, what? How do you know about this already?
that's the very last thing I saw.
Oh Jesus.
Where
You-
they
that's-
they all meet back up.
Yeah, under
Yeah.
fucked up circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
Oh,
very last
Jesus.
thing I saw.
So, I mean, if you guys are watching Umbrella Academy on Netflix, anybody out there, please just, message us or send us an email or something and tell us what you're thinking of it so far if you haven't finished it yet. But please do not spoil the ending because I'm 2 episodes away from.
Hey,
Wrapping up the
maybe by the
season.
time are you watching it with Ashley?
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
so
so
I
you
can't
have to
watch it until
wait.
at least Thursday now.
I was gonna say you could watch it before it comes up, before the
Dude,
podcast gets
if I was
put up, but
watching by myself, I could.
Yeah.
I could.
Don't be
watch
that guy.
the
Don't be
two,
that guy.
two episodes and pretend
don't
like,
do it.
oh my
Don't-
god, I can't believe
Don't
that
do it. Shh,
happened.
Don't do it. She will know. She will know.
She'll know. She will know. Plus, I can't. I'm the person who's like, wait for it. Wait for it. Oh yeah, just fucking yeah. Whoa, yeah. So I can't do that.
Yeah, don't do.
Plus,
don't do
this is. I'm a bachelor for the next 3 days.
that. Woo!
I mean, whatever that means nowadays. But I'm going to game until my eyes are bloodshot.
No, you won't.
Or, dude, yeah, I don't have to wake up at 5 in the morning anymore. I can sleep until 7. It's gonna be great. That's gonna be awesome. So
I'm gonna
gonna
text you when I get up
fucking
in the
game.
morning now, just to wake you up at 5:30.
What time do you get up?
I get up at like 7:30 my time.
Don't be that guy. Come on, man. Come on. This is like the
Come
I get 3
on.
days. I get 3 days to sleep in and just be like, okay, cool. But so pretty much I have played Super Mario Bros. The original.
Nice.
Beat that game.
Yep.
In like 15 minutes.
Not hard.
Not hard. World 1, 2, warp to 4, 4, 2, warp to World 8. Done.
Do you even know what World 5, 6, and 7 even look like?
Yes, because Ashley made the mistake and went to World 5 for some reason. I was like,
Scrub.
stupid. I was like, yeah, dude, you missed the vine and or the beanstalk in 4-2. What a scrub. She needs to get good. But so we beat that game. We're still kind of playing through Super Mario Bros. 3 together. Which, dude, that fucking NES download for Switch is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through and play a little bit of Zelda,
Nice.
Legend of Zelda original. So that'll be fun. But what else? Been playing a little bit of Zelda Breath of the Wild, getting some more shrines done.
Nice.
Because it's always still so fun, man. Like just going in there. I've only gotten like 65 done, so I have a lot more.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You
there's
got a lot.
120.
Yeah.
So I got a lot more time to put into that game, thankfully, because it's so beautiful and so fun to play. But I want to get the DLC for it too.
Do it.
A lot of time. However, I've been investing most of my gaming time in Borderlands, the pre-sequel, trying to platinum this game. And I just popped 3 trophies, 2 last night, 1 this morning, or 1 just like about an hour ago, actually. I was just playing with my brother on PlayStation. I'm going to go through and get all of the fucking, side missions done. And once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and start chugging through the 750 point blank shotgun kills and then the splash damage for the rocket launcher. It's going to be arduous.
Yeah.
I might kind of cheat. And by that, I mean go back to normal mode after playing through True Vault Hunter mode and just be OP and just fucking walk up
that's
to
what
every
I did.
enemy and just blast.
That's what
blast,
I
blast,
did.
blast. I mean, I beat the game probably
Yeah.
15 times. So I
That's-
don't need to fucking go through
That's what
and
I did. I went
be
back
grind.
on the easiest mode at
Yeah.
level 69 or 72 or whatever it is. And
70,
just,
I think, in that game.
Yeah, and just
Just
walked up
decimated.
to everyone and just one-shot them.
I think that's what I'm going to do. So once I beat True Vault Hunter tonight, which I'm going to, mark my word, I'm going to go back and
You've heard it here first,
do
folks.
that. You heard it here, everybody. Not in my house. So yeah, that's it. That's been my
Nice.
week pretty much. Work-wise, whatever. No one wants to hear about my work.
No.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Everybody cares about the fun extracurricular things. Yeah. Ooh, I do want to mention that I've been training for this competition, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now my shoulder is like completely fucked on the right side. I was talking to my aunt. She was a nurse in the Navy, and I was like explaining I can kind of chicken wing it and rotate it. So she's not thinking it's a rotator cuff, but when I hold it like straight out, like kind of go up like that, it fucking pulls. So she thinks I might have like a bicep tendon issue.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Don't-
So
don't
I have a
do
PT
that.
appointment tomorrow, everybody. We'll see if I can even train for the next
Well,
month.
hopefully that works out.
Yeah. I hope, but I guess we'll see. Anyway. I got a question for you, Matt. Question of the week.
Okay. Lay it on me.
It's a simple question.
Okay.
However,
I'm not usually
with-
good at simple questions, but okay.
No, it's you've been asked this question 1,000 times before. Since this is the 1st time we're doing a question of the week,
Uh-oh.
if you had $150,000 right now, someone came up to you, dropped a bag of cash on your front door, told you if it's not spent by tomorrow at this exact time, they will kill you. How would you spend that $150,000? Go. You
Is
have
there any
$150,000,
constraints
24
on
hours to spend it,
is
and
there
you
any,
have to spend it.
Is there any constraints on what it can be spent on?
No, you just can't save it. It has to be spent. It has to be gone on a fucking savings account or anything. You have to have some kind of tangible item that you have purchased and that you have.
Do gift cards count? It's a tangible
son of a
item. It was
bitch.
technically spent.
Yeah. I have a $150,000 Visa. Fuck. Okay. No, gift cards do not count. I guess that's
Okay. I feel like it wouldn't be.
Damn it, that's a viable option though. But for the sake of this question, no.
So, I feel like one, I would spend on a shit ton of climbing gear. Can easily buy a bunch of new shoes.
So like 2 pairs of shoes and 1 rope.
I can get one pair of shoes for about $80.
Yeah.
So I can get like 5 pairs of shoes for like $400 right there. And I'm not growing any more. I'm just gonna buy a bunch of shoes so they don't get discontinued and just put them in a closet.
You can probably buy a pretty big closet too.
I was getting there. All right, relax. One, these bookshelves right here have some comics on them.
Mm-hmm.
I could spend a shit ton on comics. Let's be real here.
You can get a lot more bookcases too.
And a lot more bookcases. Also, on top of that, I would probably eventually end up throwing money into a storage unit because I would not have enough room for everything I would buy.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
And actually, I just had something that just slipped my mind. Oh, you want to know an easy way? If I really, like, after, like, No.
Buy a house, maybe.
But, like,
Nah, fuck
eventually, if I, like, got to a point where, like, I had all my common stuff, had all comic book stuff, you know, top line, PC, and all the games I'd ever want. If I still had some money left over, go through Amazon or eBay and find, you know, like, Batman issue 1. Pristine condition.
$1,000.
I actually do want to look up how much
You have to spend it in 24 hours. So you gotta, that shit has to be ordered in your account and done. It's gotta be order placed, shipments on its way before that guy comes back and blows you away. Yeah.
So issue 1 of Batman. I don't know if it's gonna tell me the price on here.
There's a lot of shit you can do, man.
Batman issue
$150,000.
1. Oh wow. Okay. It's
What's
worth
that?
more than $1 million.
So
maybe
can't
I
even
can
touch
buy
that. God damn, $1 million for a fucking.
Apparently.
Wow.
But here's the other thing I was thinking.
That is insane, dude.
I would go through, and it's where the storage unit would also come in very handy.
Okay.
Buy anything that never goes bad. Toilet paper, paper towels, tissues. I'm not growing anymore. I'm not growing anymore. I can go out and just buy a shit ton of underwear and socks and all that.
Jeans and shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get yourself like 7 new wardrobes.
Yeah. You would be set for life. Get a nice jacket, get nice gloves.
Did you say that like
A nice jacket?
Singular item? Yeah, get like 15 nice jackets.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's
You
my
know?
point. But
Yeah,
so the elite. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up because it's the only reason I thought of like the toilet paper part.
Okay.
There's another podcast I listen to. They're pretty popular on the internet. They're called Rooster Teeth. I
Yeah,
think there's this
pretty
one guy
popular.
on there that has mentioned that he has a closet just of toilet paper.
Is there? I mean, what's the reason?
He just bought it in bulk, and he was like, the logic is I'll never need to buy toilet paper again. And it was like, it makes sense. Like you never have to worry about running out of toilet paper at that point.
But then again, like, am I gonna go to Sam's Club and buy like a pallet of ketchup? Never need to buy ketchup again.
Yeah, but ketchup can go bad.
Yeah, but like,
Toilet paper can. But
yeah.
tell me I'm wrong.
Touche,
Like, if
touche.
you need to spend $150,000, just buy a bunch of toilet paper, paper towels, you know, trash
That's what the
bags.
fun stuff. Fun stuff.
I'm just saying if I ran out of stuff
That's
to
true.
spend it on. Like, you're saying I have
Oh,
to
God.
spend every cent.
Dude.
If it came down to a point where I had so much clothes, so much, you know, enough comics, top of the line PC with every game I want, you know, nice bed, you know, nice mattress, nice shoes, you know, all nice clothes.
Yeah.
Spend on stuff
Touche.
you can use for the next 70 years of your life, like toilet paper, paper towels.
Yeah. Touche. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Actually, this just reminded me because it's coming in the mail. It's supposed to be here yesterday, and it's not. I bought a new hydro flask.
Oh, nice.
It was supposed to
Those
be here
things are
yesterday,
awesome.
and it's not here yet. I bought like a big, like 40-ounce one.
Dude, filled beer. Take it anywhere you want.
I mean, I
It's
wasn't
great.
gonna do
Take it
that. I was
camping.
gonna more use it for work, but
Fun.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. You can do that too.
No, I can't do that work. I'm up on a rope and on a 8-foot A-frame ladder.
Dude,
Definitely not safe.
boss won't care. OSHA won't give a shit. You'll be
Nah,
fine.
I think my boss would care a lot.
That's true.
Um,
But okay. Well, you're practical in some sense.
yeah. What would you spend
that
your
stuff-
$150,000?
Dude, I would
young man?
immediately, I would write my student loan company a check and smear the check with my fucking ass and then send it to him. There's your fucking money.
Okay.
No, I would pay my student loans off immediately. Never have to worry about shit again. I would go out to Borderland Power Sports over here. I'd buy the nicest, fastest, most powerful ATV
Okay.
they had with a plow and a trailer in the back, just keeping the shit out back. I would probably buy an Xbox One. I would get an amazing PC, top of the line. And
I was gonna say, if you don't say PC, I will end this podcast right here and never talk to you again.
I would get all of the current systems, and I would buy all of the games that I know I would like, I might like, and I've heard through the grapevine that they're okay. I would have them all, and I would get a GameCube, and I would buy the entire catalog of GameCube games just to have. And then, whatever's left over, I would go on the biggest shopping spree online, and I would go to Amazon. I'd go to like all these, like fucking lifting companies and buy like belts and shoes and clothes and all this stuff, and I would just buy everything.
Yeah.
Just fucking order it, overnight shipping, because why not? Have to spend it.
Yeah.
Fastest shipping possible. Do all that, and then I go whatever I have left over, go to the grocery store as you mentioned, and I would buy like
anything that doesn't go bad.
I'd buy like some good meat and freeze it for a while. So
Right.
I'd get one of those chest freezers.
Yeah.
People have their basements. I get like the night fillets, like the nice fucking everything.
All right.
Nice. Freeze it up and keep that.
You see,
And I'm sure that'd be $150,000 after I got done my fucking online spending spree and my ATV. Yeah.
I wouldn't do like the cooking thing, partly because me being single right now, it's like when I make meals, it's like, all right, I made this whole meal. Now I have to clean it up. It's like, it's just so much work to do all that to make a meal just for me. And it's like,
buy $150,000 worth of paper plates and plastic forks and spoons and knives, and just throw it away for the next 5 years.
No, that doesn't even
Wasteful.
factor in like all the stuff you use to make the meal, though. That's what I'm saying.
Buy 50 pans. You'll be good for a month. Nah.
Buy 1,000 sets of silverware
Yeah, just keep throwing it out.
and
Buy
pots and pans. You'll be good for 3 years.
It's ridiculous, but cool. I like that. That's a good thing. That's definitely what I would do. Dude, how awesome is it to open up new shit?
It's nice.
It's so cool. You order something in the mail. I'm getting something next week. I ordered a new hoodie. I can't wait to just fucking wear it.
I'm waiting
It's
for
so
my
cool.
Hydro Flask.
Opening shit.
Speaking of which, this actually just reminded me because this is one of the reasons I bought the Hydro Flask. Actually, it's not one of the reasons. It's just
What?
So, all right. So I have an algae, a green algae, and I drink water out of.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
Everybody does. I mean, it's not always green, but just about everyone has like an algae, it seems like at this point.
Yeah.
But
The best way to consume.
yesterday, my water was warm, and I was like, oh, I want to cool it down a little bit. So I don't know why my
warm
nose
water.
is so itchy right now. So I went to put some ice in it. Open up the freezer, get the ice out, put the ice in. I don't know what was in the freezer, but it just smelled like almost like I want to say like a buttery garlic bread.
Did someone have Texas toast in the freezer?
I don't
Go
know,
check.
but it was
Go
like
check.
it was like
Ugh.
so like anytime I took a sip out of it, it was like that's all I smelled. So like at the end,
That's
like
fucking
I took a couple sips,
disgusting.
I was like, all right, dumping it out. I'm just gonna sit it down. I'm like, hopefully my Hydro Flask comes soon because I don't have anything to
'cause
drink water out of right now.
My water tastes like dog piss. So
Yeah.
what the fuck?
No, it was the thing
Yeah.
was it didn't even taste that way. It was just when you opened up the Nalgene and took a sip out of it, you could smell it. It didn't taste like it. It just smelled.
That's worse, probably.
Yeah.
Because you anticipate the smell of it tasting like that, but then it doesn't. And it kind of fucks your sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
Well, good. You get a Hydro Flask. That's cool.
I mean, I
I've
had a
always been tempted to
small
get one.
like 20-ounce one.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I got that was because, like, for my birthday one year, I got like a $20 or $25 gift card to REI,
Yeah.
and like it was like the biggest one I could buy without actually spending money. And it was
Okay.
like it was nice because I enjoyed it. 'Cause it does keep things cold, and I would assume keeps things warm if they are warm.
Yeah.
But it's like it was like the size of this. It was like
Yeah.
you know, if I'm going to work for 8 hours, I'll be done
3
with
sips
all
of
the
water.
cold water in like 3 hours,
Yeah.
if that.
Mhm.
So it's like need to get something that like I can just take for the whole day and will stay
Yeah.
cold the whole day.
I've been so tempted. I think it's like a 62 ounce or something. The Yeti, the fucking big Yeti thing. Oh, dude, they tout it as a growler. And but I'm sure if if you strictly just fill it with water constantly, that'd be a lot of water that'd stay cold for a long time.
Yeah.
Just kind of fill up a little water bottle on the side or something. But I've been so tempted to buy one, but they're like fucking $80 or $90. I just can't justify that. So
Yeah, I
I'll
think
stick
this
with my
Hydro
20
Flask was like
20 ounce
40 or 45. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, pulling the trigger.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? Whatever. Yeah,
Because I'm also deciding. I decided last week, I'm gonna cut energy drinks out of my diet again, which is
That's
gonna
probably a good idea.
partly for health reasons, and also it's gonna save me like, I think I calculated it would be like $80 a month. That I would be saving.
That's like a game and a half, or on Steam sale, it's like 17 games. So,
Yeah, I like
Actually,
that quick conversion you did there.
yeah, stretch that out over 3 months. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
$240. Yeah, that's expensive. That's a good call because kidney stones are real, and no one wants to pass those things.
I am-
So anyway,
I am trying to cut soda out too, because I've been drinking a lot of soda, and I'm trying to do it. Originally, I was like, oh, Lent is happening. People always cut things out.
I need an excuse to give something out.
Originally, I was going to use that as an excuse. And then I went and saw Captain Marvel, and I was like, well, I got to get soda and popcorn.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to like make it that way. Like, the only time I really drink soda is like
When you're out,
when I go to the movies or when I go out to dinner with my parents,
Yep.
pretty much.
that makes sense. That's usually the two places that would
So, like,
constitute that. But then again,
well,
it's
for a
so-
while, I was getting like a
bad.
case of soda and just putting it
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here
yeah,
and
yeah.
just, drink it like
Hauling
2 or
them out.
3 a day and being through a case within like a week. So
Yeah.
it's like, cut that out and it'll also save me money doing that.
I cut out soda, but I have a Soda Stream, and it is the best fucking invention and the best thing
tried-
they actually have
I've-
given me.
That's like seltzer water, essentially, right?
It's carbonated water. Yeah.
I've tried drinking seltzer water before and I can't do it. I don't know what it is. It's
Probably
like
because you're so used to drinking soda with like the flavor and the sugar and the
it
caffeine.
might be that like I went to Wawa. The people that are not from the Philly
miss
area, me
Wawa.
saying Wawa, they're gonna say, "What the fuck
Oh.
is he having a stroke or something right now?"
I miss Wawa.
Wawa is like a convenience store that has everything in it. It's made to order.
Wawa
food.
is the fucking best.
But
Sorry,
why is
I
my
reiterate
phone
that.
going off? Get out of here. Shut
You don't have any friends. Come on.
I don't. You're right. It's an app saying trying to get me to do stuff.
Jesus.
But like I bought
have
one.
employees?
I bought like a Lacroix. Lacroix? Is that what
LaCroix.
it's called?
Yeah.
Seltzer water, like lemon flavored. I was like, all right, let's try it. And like I took a couple sips and I was like,
Nope. This isn't Sierra Mist. Fuck this. Slammed on the
it
ground.
wasn't even that. It was just like, it like I would drink it and like, I don't know if it was carbonated because of the way, but it just felt like there was like I would swallow it and like it didn't do anything. Like I could taste it a little bit. I could taste that there was carbonation.
Yeah.
But it's like the second I swallow, like when I drink water, it's like it leaves water in my mouth. Like it helps keep my mouth moist a little bit.
Do you feel like it left your mouth dry?
I don't know if I would necessarily say that, but it felt like I was almost putting nothing into my mouth and swallowing, and then just it's weird. I can't even explain
Gotcha.
how I
Okay.
felt.
Okay. Well,
But
this all stemmed from the question of if you had 24 hours to spend $150,000 or someone shot you in the face, how would you spend it? So curious, what would you guys spend it on? How would you guys like to, what would you buy? How would you spend it? Let us know, please. Thank you. But I appreciate that Matt is trying to cut out soda. I did it.
and
You know how much. You
Red
know how
Bull.
much soda I used to drink.
yeah,
A lot. So
and you know how much I used to drink in college.
Skittles too. Skittles on point. Yep, but you had like 3 or 4 bags at a time, almost.
Yeah, I
it felt
definitely
like.
cut back on that. I used
Ugh.
to be like, I think I've had this bag for 2 or 3 weeks now. I don't remember last time I went food shopping, which I need to go food shopping. I keep pushing it off.
I'm going after this. I'm going after this by myself. Dun dun dun.
I think I'm gonna try and go either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm deciding.
Fuck all that. But anyway, do you want to bring back our Reddit on Reddit segment?
Sure, why not?
Let's just do that now.
Let's do it now.
So
Right now.
these are kind of, it's like strange news topics. We search on Reddit. We try to find these kind of fucked up, crazy, weird stories. Sometimes they're interesting. Sometimes they're disgusting. Sometimes they're vile. So whatever we get is what you get.
None of mine are disgusting. I'm just saying.
One of mine's disgusting for sure. Actually, both of mine are pretty disgusting. One's more disturbing than disgusting.
All right, well, let's start off with yours, and then we'll go to mine, and we'll go to yours, and then we'll go to mine. We'll end it on happy notes.
Okay, so this headline reads, billionaire diamond trader, 65, dies during penis enlargement surgery that triggered heart attack
I heard about
Paris
this, but I
Clinic.
did not read it.
at Paris Clinic. So, apparently this billionaire diamond trader has died during a penis enlargement operation at a posh Parisian clinic, it was reported. The man died at the age of 65 in the clinic of an unnamed plastic surgeon on the avenue of Champs-Élysées in French capital Paris. According to local media, complications during surgery proved fatal for the Belgian-Israeli dual nationalist as he suffered a heart attack when a substance was injected into his penis. A statement on his company's website read, "Farewell to a visionary businessman. It is with great sadness that we confirm that our founder has passed away." Dude, you think if I was a fucking billionaire diamond trader, I'd research these guys a little bit more, see what they're gonna inject my dick with before I die of a heart attack after my penis? Dude, you're 65.
I don't want
Granted,
any
you're a
needle
billionaire, but
going
how much-
into my dick.
How much tail is he pulling down at 65?
Apparently
Yeah,
not
I guess
enough.
$1 billion. I guess $1 billion could buy a lot of Viagra. But whatever.
Well then.
Yeah. What do you got?
Well, my first one, actually, it did make national news the other night, so you might have heard about this.
Ooh.
But a man is
I don't
caught by a
know.
whale and lives to tell the tale. Did you hear about this? No?
What do you mean caught by a whale? Like,
So a South African,
like is this,
he, like in the mouth, yeah.
did he like?
He was filming a sardine run where I don't even know what that is. Gannets, Gannets. I never heard of it.
That shit sounds good to me. Gannets.
Penguins,
Good name.
seals, dolphins, whales, and sharks gather fish into bait.
Okay.
And as he was snorkeling on the surface of the water of South Africa's Port Elizabeth Harbor, a bird's whale emerged and opens its jaw, engulfing him head first. Once you're grabbed by something that's 15 tons heavy and very fast in the water, you realize you're actually only that small in the middle of the ocean. He told Sky News he uses his hands to signal something small. Mr. Schimpf, 51, said he and two others had been in the water for only 2 or 3 minutes when the whale caught him. He said, "I was very busy concentrating on sharks because if the shark is in front of you or behind you or left or right. So we were very focused on sharks and their behavior. Then suddenly it got dark." He was estimated the whale was up to 15 meters long, weighed 20 tons, saying there was not really time for fear at that moment, just pure instinct.
Jesus.
And he was only in the whale for like 2 or 3 seconds. I saw a video of this on the news where like the whale mouth like
Wait. There's a video of this?
yeah, it like closed
gotta
on
see this
him
video.
and like it closed like right around his like hips with his head inside, and then like he came out like 2 or 3 seconds later and was fine, luckily.
This may be a dumb question. I know whales don't have like teeth, right? But I'm sure they have powerful ass jaws. Like, how do they not kind of snap that dude in half?
I don't know. I would assume
this-
the way
is
the
this a stupid
whales
question?
eat. I feel like so. The
think
way
they just,
I
like,
kind of
kinda-
think about it is, yeah, the
too
whales are
small.
so big that the things they eat are so small that they just kind of get in their mouth and swallow. They don't really need to chew.
Gotcha.
So like, I think the fact that he got caught like on the side, like in between, like
Okay.
he got like the way like here, right there,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
on the side of the mouth.
So he got gummed.
Yeah,
He got
I guess
gummed by a whale.
essentially, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
Hmm.
there's some, yeah, crazy shit.
Um.
Are you looking for another one?
I'm looking up, dude. My Google history's gonna be fucking ridiculous. Do whales have powerful jaws? Um. I guess they don't use them to bite. Yeah, I guess they just kind of scoop their shit up. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
and
they
swallow.
always eat like large amounts of small fish at a time. So
Um. Um. Based on captive orca incidents, it's estimated that their bite could be in excess of 19,000 psi. Wow. So I guess some do, some don't.
yeah, I think like
Killer whales.
yeah, but this is like a big ass whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. What's your other story you
So-
got there, bub?
This is kind of weird to hear in 2019, but fornication will no longer be illegal in Utah. Apparently, you could not fuck out of wedlock in
Oh, I think I
Utah.
did hear about this.
without it being illegal. So, Salt Lake City, the Utah state legislature is making sex outside of marriage legal. In a bill cleaning up Utah's criminal code, lawmakers repealed the misdemeanor crime of fornication. The House passed Senate Bill 43 on 41 to 32 vote. So still 32 were against this. It previously passed the Utah State Senate and now goes to Governor Gary Herbert for a signature or veto. The legislature previously passed a bill removing adultery and sodomy among consenting adults as crimes in Utah. Rep. Paul Ray R. Clearfield said court ruling have found that laws are unenforceable and it was time to remove them from the books. You mean to tell me they couldn't monitor everybody having sex out of wedlock at all given times? Bullshit. But cheers to you, Utah, my new neighboring state. You can now bang out of wedlock.
Hey,
Hey, good for you guys. That's how fucking progressive are you guys in 2019? Good job.
step forward.
Yeah,
Good job.
step forward. Now all I have to tackle is I'm not gonna say anything else. So
All right. So
I could-
mine
that could
is
go down a
actually
rabbit hole.
also has a bill that is trying to get supporters to let pass for a very important reason, which I will not divulge until later in the article,
okay.
because I think the shock factor is kind of there. But supporters of Kentucky House Bill 239 say it's to your critical safety. Obviously, this doesn't affect you or me, but I thought it was a funny story. It would legally require welders working on some structural projects to be certified properly because some say the current system is broken. The bill passed through the House on Friday as part of the consent orders of the day. That means there wasn't much talk or debate about it because it wasn't very controversial, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have an interesting story to tell. The story starts with a document that officially certified Robert Dash to be a professional structural welder. Henry Wolf's name is on a similar one too. On paper, nothing looks out of place, but the problem is they didn't know they could now construct the bindings that keep buildings from falling. That's because Wolf and Dash are both dogs.
So they're certified welders, but they're fucking dogs.
Yeah. So the article goes on. Woodward said another dog named Adam Barker, a cat, and even a dead person were AWS certified by groups testing the system. That means they could currently work in Kentucky despite the fact that most don't even have opposable thumbs.
So someone's just making this shit up.
I don't know. Currently, the certification process requires welders to demonstrate their skills in person and show a photo ID, but an industry lobbyist said the guidelines weren't always followed. I can
Clearly.
take a plate that's already been welded and tell them that my name is Joe Smith, lobbyist Gerald Adkins said. So if a project decides to require AWS certification and inspectors, one Kentucky legislator wants to make sure professional guidelines are the law, not just suggestion, which is what this bill would do. So, yeah, I thought that was interesting how apparently two dogs are certified
cat.
as welders.
And a cat.
And a cat and a dead person. And
Yeah,
that
my neighbor's
person-
dog just got certified.
Yeah.
He's putting his 9 to 5. He starts first day is tomorrow. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I,
it's
I hear welders make good money.
yeah, especially
So, Good for him. I'm glad he'll be able to support, hopefully a family soon.
that's ridiculous. How do people?
I don't know.
I guess they could have just like submitted any name, and there's no vetting process. They're just like, okay, fuck yeah, this guy paid his $68 for the year. He's good. Stamp done.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. Well,
Yeah.
thankfully, I know my dog won't be sitting home from my 8-hour shift at work. He can be out working too.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That wraps it up, I guess, for the news of the weird or the strange. news.
And are we gonna delve into Captain Marvel now?
And I think it would be about time to
right.
sound the
So-
spoiler alert warnings.
Yeah, if you don't want it to be spoiled, this was episode 40, or what was it? What, 45? Index 45. If you do want to hear us talk about Captain Marvel, go ahead and we'll kind of start that now.
Immediately, starting
Yeah.
now. Okay. So
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I did too, but I read things that like it was like mediocre, this, that, and other thing, which leads me to always just say you can't fucking trust these Metacritic or Rotten Tomato bullshit.
I
See for yourself.
like I said in like the spoiler-free review quickly earlier in the podcast, I enjoyed the pacing of the fact that it wasn't starting off, someone with no superpowers, nothing like that. Like it was kind of like a Black Panther, Spider-Man thing where like she already had her powers in the beginning of the film. You got a flashback of seeing her how she got her powers, which was kind of a plot-related thing, honestly.
Yeah, very much so.
And then having it like go from there. I enjoyed like the whole flashback scenes. It reminded me a lot of Deadpool, actually.
Yeah, I like how they did the flashback scenes, and they would come back to them and revisit, so you saw every flashback as it actually happened and played out, and was crucial to the story. However, I did notice. You notice in the beginning of the movie, in the first flashback, she was bleeding blue.
Honestly, I don't think I didn't notice that.
Well, as soon as the movie opened up and like all the fire was going on in the crash, her nose was bleeding blue. And then in the actual flashback, she wasn't. She actually she crashed.
That's
and
interesting.
She,
I'd almost want to see it again then to see if there was some plot related reason as to why.
Yeah. Unless.
Well, in the
that-
very first
her
flashback,
waking
no. In the very first flashback, that's a dream. Because then she wakes up and she knocks on the one guy's door and she goes, "I can't sleep," and he goes, "The dreams are back, aren't they?" So
Okay,
that would
gotcha.
be why.
Unless that dream was an exact memory. But that
No,
was-
because in the
okay.
actual memory, she didn't have the blood transfusion yet.
Yeah, and Lawson, somebody we'll talk
Yeah.
about later, her kind of a mentor and pretty much a major play in this movie.
Yeah.
She was up and then she got shot, so
Yeah.
she was already down and dead, pretty much.
One thing I actually want to take a step back even before that first opening scene.
Yep.
Did you realize what they did with the Marvel thing?
They did the opening Marvel.
Their statement to
cut-
Stan Lee. Like normally they have like all like the superheroes and stuff and they show
Yeah,
scenes from other movies and it was all
Captain
shots
America,
of Stan
Shield.
Lee.
It was all Stan Lee's cameos. It's just his thing.
And then right before the film start it said "Thank you, Stan." And I thought that was very classy. I teared up a little bit when I saw that.
A little bit. Did make it known though.
Which I'm sure I kind of hope they do in Avengers also. I kind of hope they do the same thing.
Yeah, because I think the Avengers Endgame will be his last recorded cameo.
I was reading an article earlier tonight, and I think they were saying that was his last confirmed cameo.
So sad, dude. So sad.
Unfortunate, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the pacing. I thought the jokes were pretty good.
Do you remember any of them offhand?
So there's a couple jokes one joke that I can think of that fell flat in the theater that no one laughed about. And it was when
Oh man.
Carol Danvers and Nick Fury are driving into the
Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
When
Marvel.
Getting into
to that.
semantics here.
We'll get to that.
When they're driving into the base, and he's like, you know, what do people call you? Fury. What does your mom call you? Fury. What do you call your kids if you had them? Well, Fury, Fury, and Fury. And it was like, I felt like that was a joke that like some people probably laughed at, but I didn't hear like one chuckle in the theater I was in. I was like, all right, that kind of fell flat. But ultimately, that came back to a plot device later in the film too.
I didn't catch that. What was that?
So later in that base, when
Yeah. Never mind. Yep. I got it. His boss.
yeah, his boss, which is being impersonated by a Skrull, says, "Thank you, Nicholas," and he just kind of sits there like,
Given
because
that,
they make it a point earlier in the movie. The Skrull are transform body shape shifters, and what they said, they can only remember recent events.
recent memories, not
Yeah.
Yes.
It was only like very recent memories they could remember. So like they had to like be asked like, you know, a bunch of random things to like confirm. And
because they can replicate up
Yeah.
to the DNA. Exactly. So
DNA tests wouldn't work to determine if you're a Skrull or not. But then his boss goes, "Thank you, Nicholas," and he just kind of turns around like,
as the doors are closing, in the
"No
elevator.
one calls me Nicholas." Yeah.
Yep. So he knew, I'm gonna get out from the 5th floor. You get out from the 6th floor, and
Which-
we'll meet out.
The scene where Captain Marvel and Nick Fury meet up in like that dive bar, essentially,
Yeah. Yep.
and they're going over and they're like, "How do I know you're not a Skrull?"
Scroll.
And like she's like questioning him all these things that she wouldn't even know the answers to. She's just,
Yeah. She doesn't know.
I guess, going off of how quickly he answers.
Not trying to think of a
questions.
fake. Yep.
And then he goes to her like, "How do I know you're not?" And she just like uses her like phase beam, whatever, and blows
Photon
up like
beam?
a
A
blows up
jukebox.
a jukebox. And he's like, "So how does that help?" Like that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Skrulls can't shoot photon lasers. How do I know that? They just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I won't lie, like beginning of the movie, like obviously I was pulling for like Captain Marvel and like all like her partners and like that squad.
Mm-hmm. As we all
and
were.
then, and then like halfway through the movie, there's like a kind of a roller coaster of emotions of like, who am I actually cheering here for? Because the Skrull appear when she goes to meet up with, who was it? Miranda? What's the name? It was like her old partner from the Air Force.
I forget her name. One of her old partners before her memory was erased because she was
Yeah.
in a crash. Before her memory was erased, she was her best friend, flight partner in the Navy or Air Force.
Air Force.
Sorry, Air Force with her. They're best friends, and
Yeah.
she would be the only person who would know the relationship between Captain Marvel or Danvers and
And Lawson. Yeah.
She was pretty much the missing link to kind of
Yeah.
piece things together. So they went to find her,
And
and yeah.
then the Skrull appear there, and I think that might have been one of the best scenes in the movie, and possibly like, I wouldn't say top 5 funniest moments in all Marvel movies.
When they see the one outside.
No, not even that. It was like, so the Skrull comes up behind him and starts talking. They're all ready to kill him. He's like, let's hear me out first.
Yeah.
And like they're talking about it. I don't remember how the conversation started, but they're like, what did he say? Shit, I can't remember now. But he's like, I think they're explaining it to her friend about how they can change into anything, and she goes, "Can you change into a filing cabinet?" He's like, "What? What?"
No, that's later on. That's later on when they're flying into outer space with the cat.
No, they say that in the house.
No, they don't.
What do they say in the house?
I
'Cause
just
they
saw it
They ask about changing things, changing into something in the house.
I don't.
Because when
I
they're
don't think
flying up
so.
later, Nick Fury goes, "Give you $50 to change into a Venus flytrap right now."
Yeah, because that's the whole conversation. I forget I forget
Then
the
what?
girl's name.
Because there's a funny moment that happens in the
when
house.
when they're in the house,
He gets
he's
scared of the
like,
cat.
This is my true form. I'm not trying to deceive you.
Yeah.
This, that, and other thing. And Captain Marvel's like, but what's that outside? He's like, all right, okay, so maybe I am trying to do something a little bit here. And then they're like, but this is not true. Then he gets serious for a minute. He tells them the whole situation.
Yeah,
right?
about how the Skrull are being hunted by the Kree.
They just want a
and
home.
They just want a home because they're like
Yeah.
essentially refugees right now, which was like, oh
Yeah.
God, like is he being real here, or is he just saying this to
I thought it was a trick.
mess with them? Yeah, when he started saying this, I was like, well, I know the Krees are kind of bad guys also, and not in the best light
they're
in
not
the
in the
Marvel
light.
universe. So it's like I
Yeah.
don't know if I should believe him or if he's lying or what's going on here.
But at this point in the movie, dude, I just saw this yesterday. I guess my memory's terrible. Did we see the she
The
goes
cat?
to in the beginning of the movie?
Wait, what?
In the beginning of the movie, when she says I can't sleep and she's fighting that guy, whatever the fuck his name
Yeah.
is.
Jude Law.
That captain. What's his name? Yeah, Jude Law. But
Yeah.
I forget his name in the movie. But when he pulls up Ronin on his little device,
I think
was this before that? Because I think it happened before, and
I
when
think
he's
that
telling her
happens
the
before
story-
because at one point
believed him.
the guy is flying the ship. They're talking to Ronan,
yeah,
and they're like, "Do you know where they are?" And the guy's about to say it, and Jude Law stops him and goes, "They're lost. We don't know where they are right now."
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, they were already heading to Earth.
yep,
try
or
and do
whatever,
whatever.
planet it is.
C-53.
Yeah, but yeah. So when they're flying, when I forget Monica or Marissa, whatever her name is.
I think it's Monica. Monica,
Monica?
sounds right. Something with an M.
Monica sounds right. Something with an M. When they're flying, when she finally decides to do the mission, and her daughter gets her to do the mission.
Yeah.
They're flying out. It's like something. You can replicate anything. Pretty much. Yeah. Could you replicate a filing cabinet? Why would I ever want to be a filing cabinet?
I
goes
think his
back and
accent
forth.
also made it even funnier.
Yeah, because he almost
just-
like an Australian lisp.
Yeah.
You know, it was funny. He's a funny character. He's probably
Yeah.
my favorite character in the show because he was a badass too.
Yeah.
Um,
But then there's also the part where they're in the house, and I don't remember what they ask, but like, he's like, "Yeah, he's my top scientist."
So it's in orbit. It's in orbit. You couldn't figure that out? You're my top scientist. Couldn't figure that out. Yeah.
And then
oh,
and then
dude.
they're like, he's like, "Well, I've seen your ship out there. You know, I can fix it. You know, get ready to go overnight so we can go get it." And Nick Fury just looks at him and goes, "You're top scientist, huh?"
top scientist, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Which I
Yeah.
thought was pretty funny. And then
Yeah.
also,
Dude.
I think it was slightly before that, where he has the black box. Like they're talking about the black box in that scene, and how he has the black box and it's something that
Yeah,
she's
yep.
gonna want to hear. And they put it in the computer, which is like in a shed. I don't know
Yeah.
why it's in a shed and not in the house.
Yep.
And it just you see the loading bar start to go up in the
So low.
Explorer, and she's like, Captain Marvel goes, "What are we waiting for?" And Nick Fury just goes, "It's loading," and just that was it.
Did you notice the size of the file?
I actually didn't. Was it
It
small?
was like 757 kilobytes.
Oh, Jesus.
I think
Yeah,
it was
could say-
really tiny. But like when I saw it, yeah, I think it might have been like 800 KB file. But yeah,
Yeah.
tiny. So it would be instantaneous today, but to them in '95
Yeah.
or whenever, it was just like it's doing what it normally does. It's loading.
But then, like in that flashback, then you see about how her mentor in the Air Force, Lawson, was a Kree working on technology that would end up saving the Skrull.
It
Essentially,
would end up. It would pretty much. It would save the scroll so they can.
It
use
would
the
make a
engine.
light speed engine, so that way you could go.
They can get
super
away
fast.
from the Kree.
Yeah.
They can get away from the Kree and establish a home base, like a planet, pretty much a home.
So then they go up into
But-
orbit into where the thing is, and you find out Lawson has actually been hiding Kree or Skrull in the ship the entire time, which was another like tug at the heart where it's like, oh god, like
He was never after the engine at all. He just wanted to see his family.
yeah, he was just trying to save his family and stuff. And
Yeah.
then you find out the cat is really an alien,
A Flurgle.
a Flurgle.
Flurgle. Yeah, I was like,
Which is funny because like they start scanning everyone. It's like they scan the cat and it goes Flurgle, and it's like threat level high, and they're like take it away, and then they scan Fury and it's like low to none.
human
like-
male threat level low to non-existent.
And he's like
oh,
that thing's
shit.
wrong.
Yep. Yep. Fury was great in this movie.
Yeah.
He played a very, of course, as you know, the tie-in from Avengers Infinity War. He had the pager that can contact Captain Marvel directly, of course. That they got close, and
Yeah.
I just still can't believe how he lost his eye.
Lost
Can't
it
fucking
to
believe it.
lost it to the cat.
Lost it to he got scratched by the fucking cat. However, he has a pretty badass story to cover it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
The scroll burned his eye out to get information on the Kree burned his eye out to get information on the the Tesseract.
Yeah, which was
Yeah.
I was happy to see the Tesseract back in the film.
Yes,
it was a cool
Talk
little
about that.
Easter egg where it was like originally I saw the blue thing, I was like, oh, it's just like a canister or something. As it got closer, I was like,
That's
wait a
not
minute, no,
canister.
that's the Tesseract.
Yeah.
Which would make sense why it has ability to go super fast because the Tesseract has a space stone in it.
Mm-hmm. And
So-
it pretty much the source of Captain Marvel's power, because she used that Tesseract to power that engine of that ship that jumped to her when she
Yes.
shot it. So
Yeah,
she's
she
pretty
shot
much
the
powered by
engine and
Tesseract.
it infused her with the power.
Mhm. So that's pretty much how she gets her powers. She once the crash happens with Lawson, she finally has that flashback, and once she hears that the audio recording from the black box,
Yeah.
she kind of remembers, and she has the flashback back, and it shows you the sequence of events that happens. And oop, just bumped my camera there. And it long story short, Jude Law, I forget his name, but he's the captain who's trying to get the Tesseract pretty much back from Lawson. Captain Marvel, Danvers, shoots the engine, it explodes, and that power in the engine gets pretty much distributed through her, giving her
Yeah.
this crazy ass power that she doesn't know she has because it's being controlled by the Kree, a little
Yeah.
device or something that they can kind of turn off and on as they please, until she realizes that she doesn't need it.
Yep.
She doesn't need the whole thing, and she has her powers on her own.
I thought the fight scene at the end was pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Pretty much her entire team that she thought was
yeah,
her family, friends, her whole time on Hala, the creep world, turned out they were just using
Yeah.
her and trying to get her, because they knew she had information of potential information of where this
yeah.
Tesseract might be. So
And then they feed it to the Flurgle, which apparently has pocket dimensions inside its stomach.
apparently so. I was kind of I was like, did that cat
Yeah.
just... so that's not a cat, right?
No, that's not a cat.
I guess
Because then
could
then the cat like also like has the tentacles come out and like throws all the people around.
kills a bunch, starts slamming them against
Yeah.
the wall, and fucking that. It was funny.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Um,
And Fury's like, after that happens, Fury's like, I'm gonna pick
Yeah.
you up now. Okay, good kitty, good. Good Flurgle or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, and then like one of the last scenes you see is Fury at his desk, and
Mm.
who is it? Coulson comes in and like throws down a
Yep.
box of eyes and it says pick one out, and then
This came for
ultimately,
you, yeah.
obviously, he doesn't pick one out.
Doesn't.
Um,
then the cat's
and-
still sitting over there with the
Yeah.
the Tesseract inside of it. Like, do you ever find do you ever get a hold of the Tesseract? He's like, no. But what happens when we do? And like, guess we'll cross that bridge when we come or something.
Yep.
But
And then you see
but
him
could we-
change it from I don't remember what the original initiative is.
was
It wasn't Pegasus Initiative, was it? It was something Initiative, and then he erases the first word and changes it to Avengers Initiative.
Shit, I forget. It might have been the Pegasus, but
I would assume
Um,
Pegasus because that's what Lawson's project was called, was the Pegasus project.
yeah, let's go with that for now until we can.
Which actually,
verify.
I think in the first Avengers, when you first in the beginning of the film with the Tesseract, I think that's Project Pegasus still.
Okay, well then there we go.
I'd
That
wanna double
might
check
answer the
that.
question. I want to look that up, but it turns out that the Avengers got their fucking name from Captain, or I don't know if she was a captain, but from Carol Avengers Danvers.
Yeah, because
That was her nickname.
it was on her plane. It said Carol Avenger Danvers,
Avenger Danvers.
which I thought was
yeah.
pretty cool.
I was like,
Which
in
I
my
almost
head-
want
was
to
like,
go back
"Oh,
and watch the
oh."
first Avengers and like pick up like if where it actually came in. Because I remember in the first Avengers, Iron Man goes, "We may not be able to protect it, but you can be damn sure we'll avenge it or something." So I almost want to go back and see what Nick Fury says about Avengers or the team before that line comes up. Just because I just like always finding those little plot holes.
Yeah, it's cool to actually be able to tie shit together.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was such a fucking cool way that's how they got the name, because it's back in the, was it in the 90s?
It takes place in the 90s.
It was 95 because I guess they referenced
Mallrats.
as
You see, Stan Lee's cameo is he's reading the script to Mallrats.
Yeah.
And you just hear him say,
true something, true believer, true...
Stay true, true believer or something.
True believer, something like that.
Which I think that's one of his first cameos where he plays himself.
So he's studying his lines.
Yeah.
And I saw Kevin Smith posted a picture after he saw the movie. He was like tearing up, and he said, all these years of me quoting movies, I finally was quoted in one, and it meant so much to him. And of course, it was Stan Lee doing it. So
yeah,
I'm sure that was a huge, huge moment for him.
Yeah,
which it's well deserved. Mm-hmm. He's awesome in his own right. So yeah.
But then I guess that's pretty much it for the base film.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we kind of touched upon how she got her powers and what they were searching for the whole time. Just ended up being the Tesseract that would power this
and
engine.
how you thought the Krees were kind of the good guys, and they ended up being the bad guys, and the Skrulls were the good guys.
Krees are terrible, apparently. Yeah, Skrulls are good guys, but I like my favorite character was probably I forget the names of these people, but like the head Skrull guy.
Yeah, he was funny.
That was talking to him in the house, like, why would I want to turn to the filing cabinet? Yeah. He's probably my favorite character because when they were in the main fight scene at the end, he mimicked one of the Kree and was being like kind of an asshole to Nick Fury and shove off. And
then he gets close into Fury and goes, "Trust me."
You're just follow my lead or something like that.
Yeah.
But
and then it's like,
yeah, I was like and then they funnel everybody out to the ship,
and then the Flurgle jumps down and gets close to the guy, the Skrull who's impersonating the Kree, and that's where Nick Fury's like,
I guess it doesn't work all the time.
All right.
Yeah, and then once they finally get out to the ship where they're getting all the Skrull to hopefully safety, he turns on the other Kree and starts fucking him up, but he gets shot. But he asks him how he is. Never better. So he's just happy to get his family safe. But you want to talk about the post-credit scene?
Yes.
Pretty much your favorite part of the movie.
I texted you right after the film. And it was probably my favorite part of the film, just because it got me hype.
Dude, and hype is real right now.
Essentially, it's just it starts with looking through a holographic screen, and you just see Captain America and Black Widow standing there, and I was like, once they showed that, I was like, I know where this is going.
You're
I didn't even have to see the film. I knew exactly where it was going, and obviously they're talking about the events of Infinity War and
there's
destruction and stuff.
There's actually a counter on the board for human Earth casualties. It's at 3.9 billion and counting, which is about half.
Yep.
I don't know where we're at now. But 3.9 missing.
And then Bruce Banner is talking a little bit, and then Cody Rhodes comes in and is like, hey, that thing that we have just turned off.
Yep. And
it ends up being the pager, which actually in the film you find out Carol Danvers plays with Nick Fury's pager, so that way it can contact her.
Yep. In emergencies only.
Yeah. Which he says very clearly, which obviously in Infinity War we see him activate it for the first time in 20 years. But then they're looking at it and they're like, boot it back up, put more power into it, get the battery going again.
Reset it.
Black Widow's like, whoever's on the other end of that, I want to know who it is that had contact to Fury.
Yep.
And then
she turns
all
around.
of a sudden the camera just pans over and just Carol Danvers is standing and just says, "Where's Fury?" And it just cuts to black.
Where's Fury? Yep. I was like, oh, she's with them now. She's with them.
the second I saw them and referenced the pager, I was like, I know where this is going. She's gonna make an appearance.
Yep.
So it shows like they're not gonna waste any time introducing her to the team or anything. Like, it's not gonna be a where is she right now. It's gonna be Endgame has started. And they're already together. It seems like.
Hopefully it starts with that question.
Yeah.
Where's Fury? And then it goes from there. Like,
Or
wait,
even if that's
who
just
fuck are
the
you?
first, even if that's just the whole first scene of Endgame.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it opens up.
I texted my one other buddy. He's like, that has to be an early scene in the movie. Like, they
Dude,
can't.
It's gonna be awesome.
We feel like they can't just like start a movie with them already being together because people that see Infinity War and don't see Captain Marvel or at least don't see the end credit scene, they're gonna go, how'd they meet up? Like, what happened?
Any serious Marvel fan will know because they're gonna watch Captain Marvel and they're gonna watch the end credit.
I told a couple people like after I saw it, I texted them. I'm like, that I know have been like not the best at staying up to date on Marvel films. I'm like, if you're gonna go see Infinity War or Endgame, watch Captain Marvel first. Stay for at least the first mid-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that is a must. The second one, you don't necessarily need to wait and see.
Funny, but still,
because all it is pretty much is just the Flare Goal coughing up the Tesseract.
However, I have a question. Did it give us any indication if that was just like back in 1995 or if that was?
Well, Tesseract is destroyed.
Oh yeah, you're right. Fuck.
So they had the Space Stone and it was destroyed in Infinity War.
Yeah, you're right. So it just had to have happened.
Yeah.
Like just okay, work's over. Fury left and just coughed it up on the table. So he comes into work the next morning. He's just, what the fuck? Tesseract just sitting there. That's funny. Yeah, dude. Hype is real for Endgame right now. So okay, who do we have with us still on the in the Avengers? Who's alive?
The original 6. So Hawkeye, Black Widow, Captain America,
Iron Man, Hulk, Banner,
and Thor.
Then we have Ant-Man.
Well, we're still not sure what the deal is with Ant-Man.
I mean, he comes up and he's in the trailer. This is a live feed. It's the front gate. So he's there. Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel will be there. War Machine.
Yep.
Who else is there?
Spider-Man's fucked.
Spider-Man's dead. Black Panther's dead. Winter Soldier is dead. Nebula.
Nebula's there. Yep.
Nebula's with Iron Man right now.
Yeah, but as we saw with the trailer,
all the Guardians are dead. With the exception of Rocket. Rocket's still around.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Damn, dude, it's gonna be such an amazing movie. Oh god.
It's really where are they gonna go with it?
And we don't have to wait long, dude. It comes out next month.
And Shazam comes out in a month.
April 5th comes out. My brother's birthday.
Which we can talk about next week, actually.
Okay. But dude,
no, it's a really short. Just blurb. I can repeat it next week. I just listened to an interview with Zachary Levi, the guy who plays Shazam.
Yeah.
And he said it was funny because a lot of comic book heroes, movies, or people that portray comic book heroes these days in movies, they have to temper themselves down a little bit. You have to be like, all right, I have to be serious now. I'm playing a superhero. I have to be serious.
Yeah.
He's like, nice thing was I didn't have to do that. He's like, I'm playing a 13-year-old that's now in a 30-year-old body that's a superhero. Like, he's like, all the dreams of me growing up wanted to be a superhero, I'm doing that right now. I don't have to bring myself down at all. He's like, I can just go in and just be like, hype and have all the energy and just be like, let's do this.
That's awesome.
I was like, yeah, it's cool that Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill and all these people were like, yeah, I gotta be this person. But when the screen starts, it's like serious tone, and he's just like, yeah.
So I guess Levi and Reynolds are on the same boat.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds could just go on and be a fucking fool.
Yeah.
While also being serious at some points. But it'll be. I mean, I'm sure once shit starts to go down in Shazam and he needs to defeat whoever he needs to defeat, he'll get serious. But I'm sure he'll go right back to being a 13-year-old kid.
Yep.
In a 30-year-old body. But that's awesome.
All right.
I would just like to say, one thing on Captain Marvel still. Is it is she Captain Marvel? Because Captain Lawson, her pretty much
So her Kree name was
Carol?
Marvel.
her Cree name is Marvel, Marvel. So is it
Where-
is it actually
where-
Captain Marvel? Because did she take her name, or is
So-
it just Marvel because Marvel?
Captain
Missing
Marvel
last.
is. I gotta pull
Up,
up. the
I'm
wiki.
thinking she might have
Um,
pulled her name because
Well, here's the thing,
she meant a lot
and
to her and whatnot.
with
so-
Captain Marvel, there's been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's been 7 iterations of Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers being the most recent.
Got you.
So originally there was Marvel, Mar-Vel, who was the
Okay.
original, which Stanley
Makes
was
sense.
the creator of. And the character is an alien military officer, Captain Marvel of the Kree Imperial Militia,
There you
who
go.
is sent to observe the planet Earth as it is developing technology to travel into space. Marvel eventually wears the superhero's malign intent and allies herself with Earth, and the Kree Empire brands him a traitor. So originally it's a guy,
It's a
not
he.
a girl.
Mm-hmm.
From then on, Marvel fights to protect Earth from all threats. Which I
So-
think this is actually the Marvel that in the Infinity Gauntlet comic is the one to fight and essentially be the winner against Thanos.
The original.
Yeah.
This one you're reading about. Okay.
Yeah. And then the second Captain Marvel was created by someone else, which first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 16 in 1982, who is
Gotcha.
Monica Rambeau, who is the lady we were talking about.
Monica.
A
Yeah. That,
pilot lieutenant from New
was
Orleans
Monica.
who possesses the power to transform herself into a form of energy. I don't think she has any connection in the comics to Carol Danvers, though.
Gotcha. But I was right with Monica. I was
Yes.
right.
And then the third is Genus Vel,
Back.
who is
That
a
doesn't sound
genetically
familiar.
engineered son of Marvel.
Okay.
And then Phyla-Vel, who is the younger sister of Genus.
Okay.
And then I don't know
That
how
sounds
to
like
pronounce.
one arc there.
Then there's the fifth one was it's typed out KHN apostrophe NR. I don't know how you want to pronounce that.
Connor.
Connor. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Connor.
First appeared in Civil War: The Return in March 2007, where he is a Skrull sleeper agent who's bound with Marvel's DNA to lock itself into Marvel's form.
Gotcha.
And then Novar, NOH-VARR,
Yep. Sounds right. Give or take.
who joined the new team of the Dark Avengers using the alias Captain Marvel. His first appearance was in Marvel Boy. It doesn't really tell much
Gotcha.
about who he is. And
And
then
then
you
goes
have
Danvers.
Carol Danvers.
Gotcha.
Who was originally known as Miss Marvel.
Mm. Okay.
And then assumed the mantle of Captain. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing they just kept the name, but yeah, Marvel makes sense for the original to be them. So
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's the question I had. So thank you for answering that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Anytime, man.
Thank you. Well,
So we want to go out there?
yeah, that's about it. Pretty much.
Cool.
That was Captain America. Oh my God, that was Captain
Marvel.
Marvel. Captain Marvel. But
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Ashley enjoyed it a lot.
enjoyed it.
Actually.
It
It
was-
had the
it-
sixth biggest opening weekend of all time. So everybody else liked it.
I've heard it was like a very female empowering movie, you know.
Oh yeah, hell
One thing I also realized, I heard this on the radio, and I don't think I would have guessed this or realized this if I didn't hear it on the radio before the film.
Okay.
Every song in there had a lead singer of a female.
True. I've completely
Every
forgot-
song lead singer was a female.
Dude, can I mention how awesome the soundtrack was of that movie?
The soundtrack, it was all 90s stuff too.
It was fucking great.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was amazing. So
Which it's actually funny because one of the very last fight scenes when she's fighting like all of her former allies, and what is it? Just a Girl comes on by No Doubt.
I'm just a girl.
My one old climbing partner.
Yeah.
She's. I saw Infinity War with her, and I texted her after the movie. I was like, "You need to go see Captain Marvel. There's one part in the film that made me immediately think of you, because she loves like No Doubt and Gwen Stefani. I was like,
Yeah.
there's one part in the film that made me immediately think of you. You have to see it before Endgame." And I was like, that's all I'm going to tell you. And I'm sure one of these days I'm going to get a text, and she's like, "It was Just a Girl by No Doubt, wasn't it?" I'm like, damn straight it was.
That's awesome.
So,
Well, hell yeah. Well,
but yeah, it was a good movie. I
I'd
enjoyed
give it, dude. I would give it.
I'd give it like a solid 8 out of 10.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Like
was
like
good.
even though it was an
Blow me
origin
the fuck
story,
away, but it
even
was
though it was an origin
awesome.
story, it wasn't the typical, oh, no powers, has powers, here's the bad guy beats down the good guy comes back and wins. Like, it was like,
yeah.
like we
I
said in the
have
middle
powers.
of the movie,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, who do I actually side with here? Because it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you
I have
couldn't
powers.
really tell
How
if
the
this,
fuck did I get them? Okay,
And-
here's how I got them. Now I have to
Yeah.
make a hard decision.
and
yeah.
are the Skrull lying, or are they telling the truth about the Kree?
I don't know.
And it was like,
oh, excuse me. Oh, geez.
towards the end of the film, it was like, I'm kind of waiting for her to get backstabbed by the Skrull too.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. But he got what he wanted. He found his
Yeah.
family. So that at that point in time, I knew once he found his family and everything was good, that
Yeah.
was good. But good stuff, man.
Well, they
All
want
right,
to call
man.
it there.
Yeah, let's call it there. That wraps it up for Index 45 Guy Party Podcast. We enjoy hearing from you guys, so please give us a shout. Tell us what you thought about Infinity War. Oh my God.
I don't know. I
Well,
keep
fuck
saying
it. Tell us what you liked about Infinity War, and then
That too.
Captain Marvel, and then what your predictions
Tell
are for
us
Endgame.
just what you
So,
like in general.
Yeah, yeah,
Anything.
and we'd be glad
Anything.
to listen and respond. So, enjoy, game on, and have a good week.
Bye.
See you guys.